about where you're from and I mean, were you born here?
I was actually born in the Philippines.
Okay, so you
I
were
was born in Subic Bay, Olongapo in the Philippines. My dad was in the military, but I came here when I was came here to California when I was only 3 months. But I am still fluent in Tagalog because my Lola lived with us, my Lola's grandmother. So my Lola lived with us growing up, so she helped take a part in raising us. So we would have a language barrier if we didn't speak to her in Tagalog. So really just kind of kept close to the culture, which is awesome. Yeah.
So family is real important to you.
Absolutely.
Are they big support?
They are. You know what? When I first took on the sport, they didn't understand it. It was definitely a transition, a major transition from eating your typical Filipino foods.
Right,
Everything's deep fried, everything's super sugary, super salty, and super high in fat. And then for me to make that transition in a very meticulous diet where now I cut out rice, for example, and I was implementing a lot of vegetables and lean meats. And when they saw my body go through the transformation, they felt like it looked unhealthy because a certain leanness, you know, I guess in certain cultures, when you're a little bit fuller, they identify that with being healthier or maybe even, I don't know, it's like a status, like when you're fuller, it means you're living well, right? Because you're eating well.
You're well fed.
Right.
Well taken care of.
Exactly. But then when you're a little bit skinnier and a little bit leaner, it's just like, oh, she must be starving. She must be struggling. You know what I mean? And so it really was a bit of a cultural difference, you know, for them to kind of accept and acknowledge. But they've been there for every show. They've traveled with me for every show. So they've been a great support. And then especially, you know, in 2006 when I won the state title for Ms. California, I mean, they were just bragging to everybody and anybody, you know. So it was definitely, it feels good to be able to do this, but it feels even more better, and I know that's not grammatically correct, but it feels even better when your family is absolutely proud of you, regardless of how you place, you know. So support of family is huge.